Hello there. Good morning. How are we doing? It's a pleasure to be speaking to you today. I am glad and I am, what's it called? I'm excited to be here today. Uh, there are several things that can hinder um, hinder growth in a person's life, and that is the lack of focus. So today I'll be talking to you on the power of focus. Sorry, the force of focus. The force of focus. Um, yeah. So actually, we have been talking about the series on paradigms for personal and societal growth. And last week we were here doing the part two of self development, and it was really, really interesting. Hello, Ochuko Siprako. Thank you for joining us. You are such a wonderful lady. Most Saturdays, you are always with us uh, when we are doing our live podcast. I hope that someday we can really have a talk. You know, Esther and I and you can really have a talk and try to know you better. Great. So yes, we are talking about the force of focus. The force of focus. I think what before we begin, I think I think that we will need to change our time, the time for our broadcast, um, due to several challenges. We have been fluctuating the time, but I think we will have to stick with 8 a.m. UK time, 8 a.m. UK time. That will be um, 10 a.m. Ugandan time, 10 a.m. Kiev time, and 11 a.m. Georgian time. So also it will be um, also 8 a.m. Nigerian time. So I'll discuss this with Esther, and we'll come to a conclusion, and then we will make the formal announcement. Great. So, hi, Fred Chutembo. It's a pleasure meeting you here. Fred, please write to us. We want to know you better. Okay, you have been with us for some time. We want to connect with you more. We want to hear from you because you see, we have been doing this for a long time, and we would like to hear feedbacks from you all. What we are doing, how beneficial is it to you? How how has it been how has it been helping you to live a better life? How have you been experiencing growth in your life? And probably in the past, what's it called, topics that we have been treating, how what interest have you picked in them? I mean, what did it do to you while you were listening to it? What knowledge you gain? What information made sense to you? We really want to know this. We would love feedback from you all those who are watching, those who will be watching now, those who will be watching later on. We would love to have feedback. Please write to us. We will be glad that you did. Great. So quickly, uh, we will be talking about the force of focus. Now, you see, we've tried to establish the fact that we need um, our minds will continue to produce what we used to produce, except of course if we experience a paradigm shift in our minds. And when we began this series, we've tried to explain what paradigms are. Okay. And basically, to sum it up, they are perspectives that we have, about different matters at different times and different periods. Okay, basically, they are assumptions, they are perspectives, they are our bias, our thoughts, and things like that. Okay, and basically, because they are our mental thoughts, they are flow of thought, how we think. So those thoughts consequently affect the way we live. All right, affect the way we relate with people, affect the way we talk to people, affect the way we do things, affect the way we affect the attitude we use, or we use in approaching different matters, different things, different issues. Okay, so uh, today it is crucial that we looked at this topic, the force of focus. All right. Now, because we live in a world that is populated with several kinds of people, several kinds of character, several uh, several kind of information. We live in a jet age where when you have access to your computer, and you can connect to the internet on your mobile phone wherever you are, you get information here and there. And all these information, they affect our plans, they affect our approach to things. Okay, so take for example, where you are sitting right now, as you are watching me, I bet you I am not the first person that you have seen today. Okay, I believe that I'm not using this, I'm just being factual with you. All right. Yes, some of you are expecting to see this video, but apart from this live broadcast, I am 80% sure that most of us would have had encounters with several kinds of videos just this morning. All right, several kinds of things may have caught our attention. All right, and those kind of things definitely will affect how our day will look like. All right, now if we are not careful, we would live our lives and our days day in, day out this way. Now, there is something that I want us to understand. I am not saying you should shut away the video. No. I am saying that we need to have something called focus. All right. Now, of course, I'm not saying that we are all derailed in one way or the other. No. I'm only saying that we need to build, our minds. We need to build our character. We need to build our relationship. We need to build ourselves to the point at which we are running 100% towards our personal goals, visions, plans, purpose in life. Now, if we are doing this consistently, it will become part of us, and thereby we will be able to come to that point whereby we can say confidently that there is a growth, there is an enormous growth that we are experiencing. Now, we're talking about paradigms for personal and societal growth. I'm not just talking about we as individuals alone. I'm talking about life in general. Everyone needs this topic. Everyone needs to be focused. Everyone needs to come to the understanding that focus is one one attitude that we must build, especially if you want to experience growth. All right. Hello, Gerald. Thank you for joining us today. Hello, David Sempala. Thank you also for joining us today. So, as I was saying, it is very, very important. I bet you if you build up the attitude of focus in whatever it is that you do, in no less time, you are going to be experience some great measure of growth. Focus is so powerful that when we decide and we engage ourselves in one particular thing, we begin to experience some wonderful dynamic, transformation. Focus is very, very important. Now, what is focus? I did some research and I came to see some definitions on focus. Focus is the state of or quality of having or producing clear visual definition. I'd like to take that again. The first meaning of focus is the state or quality of having or producing clear visual definition. If I try to understand what this means, is basically is talking about our ability to maintain and to produce a particular idea. Producing clear visual definition. What does that mean? For example, if I say I am a doctor, all right? Now, the power of focus means that every now and then I will be engaging and venturing into medical issues. My day in, day out will not just be all about going to the hospital and treating patients, but I will also, in my engagement, in my fellowships, in my interactions, in my social life, will also be about medicine, because of the power of focus. All right, that is, it's a clear visual definition. I want to be a doctor. You have become a doctor. You are not only going to the hospital to treat people, but also you ensure that what surrounds you, is helping you to make a clear definition of yourself. That is what this means. This according to the first definition of focus, right? Good. Now, the second definition I have found here is, it says, focus is the thinking skill that allows people to begin a task without procrastination, and then maintain their attention and effort until the task is complete. I'll take that again just for emphasis. It says focus is a thinking skill that allows people to begin a task without procrastination and then maintain their attention and effort until the task is complete. So basically, I want to know how to bake bread. All right. And then, so I, okay, let's come to our present day. I begin to watch YouTube. All right. On YouTube, I type in there how to make bread. I watch the video for the first time. I go to the market. I buy all the ingredients of baking bread. I come back home. I watch the video one more time, and I follow the video step by step. I practice what the video shows me, and at the end of the day, I come to a product. The product may be good, maybe less good, maybe bad. All right. But the thing here is, I am working towards it. I am not procrastinating on the idea of me baking bread. I am maintaining my attention on the fact that I want to know how to bake bread. And I continue this process over and over again until the task of learning how to bake bread is complete. So this is the second definition of focus. All right. Now there are several definitions that you can find here and there, but there are some key words that you can find in focus. Number one, focus is a thing of the mind. It's an attitude that we build. Number two, focus requires you paying attention to one thing at a time. To one thing at a time. Number three, there is consistency attached to focus. There is consistency attached to focus. In other words, if you say that you are focused on something, that means that you do that thing repeatedly. All right. Number four, focus requires that you continue until you achieve your aim. All right? Until you achieve your aim. Okay. Now, I want to quickly, okay, let me just, before I continue, I want to just appreciate Sister Chinwe for joining us this morning. Thank you. Good morning, Sister Chinwe. It's a pleasure having you here with us. It's how are my sisters doing? And I hope the weather is not too bad at your end. So yeah, let's continue, please. Now, anytime we mention focus, especially when it comes to we having growth in our lives, there's one central thing that we must always consider, and that is vision. Focus and vision are first cousins. Focus and vision are first cousins. They go pari passu. They go hand in hand. Without vision, there can't be focus. Without focus, there can't be vision. They go together. All right? What is vision? Vision, in summary, is we having clear objectives, step-by-step planning to actualize a desired goal. A vision is a summary of a clear objective or aim and step-by-step planning to actualize this objective. With vision, one is able to muster or gather strength, strength, and channel that energy, that strength to that desired aim, that desired objective. When we say energy, that strength, it could be your human resource, it could be your knowledge, it could be your physical energy, it could be finances, it could be anything that can help you to actualize or to help you to achieve your desired objective. All right. So that's what vision is. Now, focus is significant, especially where there is so much distraction here and there. As I said earlier, we live in a world that is full of distractions, and anybody at any time, regardless of whoever you are, can be distracted if you don't stay close to your vision, if you don't stay close to your aim, if you are not focused on what you want to achieve. Everybody who desires growth and advancement must be prepared to pay the price of focus. There must be discipline in you trying to be focused. Because, of course, as I said earlier, there's so much distraction. You need to be disciplined in order to be focused. You need to be disciplined. If you're not disciplined, you cannot be focused. So that's why it is a price that you have to pay. It's a price that we have to pay. Without focus, no matter how talented you are, no matter how resourceful you are, you will be a jack of all trades, master at none. How terrible can that be? One of the major problems that we face as individuals is the inability to stick to one thing that we will be known for. In our personality, there must be, when somebody sees us, for example, there must be something that they can say expressly about us. That thing comes as a result of the power of focus. What are you known for? What am I known for? If you are known for something, that comes, through the power of focus. What I'm talking about may be positive, it may be negative. Either way you see it, it still happens through focus. If you are known for something negative, if you watch it carefully, if you look at the trend, you will see that you have been unconsciously performing towards that particular area, which is unfortunately, not good. All right. But if you have been working towards becoming someone that people will appreciate, that you can be able to, publicly, say that this is who you are. If you are able to say, for example, if people know you by what you do, if people know you by your character, it's because you have been consistently behaving in that way. You have been consistently working towards becoming who you have become. So, focus is so tied to vision that without it, a man will become a laughing stock. That is how serious focus is. Focus is so tied to vision that without it, you will become a laughing stock. What do I mean? For example, can you imagine somebody telling you today that he is a carpenter? Tomorrow, he comes to you and tells you that, oh, he's now doing engineering. Next tomorrow, when you see him, you see that he's enrolling for music school, and you wonder, is this guy not getting crazy? Is he not? Can somebody not just quickly talk to him or refer him to a mental home? Because without focus, a man will lose his quality of being a man. A man will lose his quality of being a man. What do I mean? It's simple. A man is supposed to be a leader. A man is supposed to be a foundation. A man is supposed to be a father and a provider. So, if he is supposed to be all this and he does not have focus, it is clearly impossible that he will be able to manifest or to fill these roles. He will become irrelevant to himself, let alone other people. He will be irrelevant to his family. He will be irrelevant to his community. He will be irrelevant to his society. Why? Because he lacks focus. He lacks focus. Have you seen a madman on the street? A madman on the street thinks of nothing but to feed his stomach, to walk around and find a way to sleep. A man without focus will be doing virtually the same. Now, when I say a man, I mean both male and female. Both male and female, if you do not have focus, you just see that you are responding to nature. Responding to what you want. Food, sleep, marriage, sex. What is it? Anything that comes to your mind, you just respond to it. But when you have focus, even though you have those things in your mind, it will be geared towards fulfilling your vision. You will not just respond to those things, but you will deny yourself because you have a goal, because you have where you are going. Imagine that you are going to work, for example, and then somebody stops you and says, we have a party going on. Would you care to join? And you're a lover of party, right? If you don't have focus on where you are going, what will you do? So, okay, let's go. You just join and you just go. That is how poor, that is how serious this topic is. Every person must think about how focused he or she is. Now, I'm talking about general ideas, okay? But in different areas of our lives, we must apply that thinking skill called focus, that ability, that attitude towards everything that we are doing, okay? And as I said earlier, focus and visions are first cousins. They go together. You must have a vision. You must have a clear objective on or about what you want to do with your life. Or particularly, you can break it down into different areas. Probably in this particular area, let's say, for example, your finances, your vision is to have probably 4 streams of income. That's the area of finance. Okay? Now, if that is your vision, then it simply means you begin to work and begin to study, begin to look for means at which you're going to actualize or achieve that desired aim. Not all the money that comes into your hand will be used on expenditures. You're going to be thinking clearly and be thinking on how to save and how to invest, how to maximize your potentials, how to see what else can you do, to begin to make money. So that's an example of what I'm talking about. It could be maybe probably in your family, for example. You could have a vision that, okay, in this family, I want to ensure that everyone grows up and is responsible for him or herself. The family grows up to work together, to become strong, to have good relationship, and and people refer to them as responsible people, the society. That could be your vision. All right. And you begin to walk towards that. All right. So it could be in different areas of life. I've talked about finance, I've talked about family. All right. How about academics for those who are studying? How about business for those who are into businesses? How about, civics? Performing your role as a member of society. Okay? Probably you have been seeing several disheartening things in society, and you are dissatisfied about them. Okay? So you could build up a vision. Okay, what will be my impact? What will be my role in my society? So if everyone is thinking this way, that means we have stopped thinking selfishly. It is so if you move from the selfish mindset to becoming better or doing things differently, it means that you're experiencing a paradigm shift in your mind. Okay? So that is what I'm talking about. And it is not about just individuals alone. It's about even our society. For example, a society is built on spelled out collective vision. Every nation, every country is founded, on a particular vision. You can see that vision in the constitution or in their anthem or in their pledge. Now, every country, has this collective vision and their desire is to achieve it. But I tell you, without focus, it will just be a written document. It will just be an agreed thing in their minds. There will be nothing actualized. This is why, as a society, this is why, as a nation, we must come together and we must agree together. We must be focused in actualizing our purposes. I am so inspired by the focus of some of the first world countries that we have today. Most of the time, when a national decision is made, when a big project that concerns everyone is made, the government puts investment in that project. They try to implement that project. They fund the project. Now, peradventure, that government does not finish that project. The new government that comes in could be an opposition party. When they come in, what they simply do is to continue with the project that the first government has done or that has begun with. They don't say because, that project is from an opposition party, then it's none of their business. No, it's a project that concerns all. It's a project that is acceptable to all. And so they are just tools to just ensure that they are focused, and they put everything in place to ensure that they actualize this purpose. That is how a nation grows. That is how society grows. Society cannot grow without focus. Society cannot grow without focus. It is so important that we have focus. Now, quickly, because of our time, I think let me just appreciate a few people that are also watching with us. Hello, Mr. Tumusime. It's a pleasure to see you once more. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Ayu, Paul. Thank you also for joining us. Now, some of us don't know how to be focused or to determine what we should concentrate on. Okay? There are 3 steps of productivity strategy that I learned from Warren Buffett. Okay? And this is it. You and I can practice this all the time in whatever things that we are doing. Okay? How can we be focused? Okay? Or, yes, how can we be focused? Take, for example, you desire to have 5 streams of income. At the moment, you just have 1. Okay? Now, I want you the first thing that you can do is, for example, write 25 things that you can do to achieve that vision. 25. Take your time and think. 25 things that you can do to achieve that vision. It may take you a while. It may take you a day. It may take you you may have to do some research about it. But you have to write 25 things that you can write that you can do to achieve 5 streams of income. The next thing that you can do in order to be focused is, out of the 25, Study it carefully. What are the 5 most important ones to you? And these ones, you can do them very well. These ones, you are sure of them. These ones, you have some abilities in them. These ones, you can devote your time. You can create time for them. It means that of the 25, you need to cross out 20 and remain with 5. Okay? And remain with 5. Okay? Now, even after you've got that 5, okay? Now, what can you do to remain focused? Basically, you must get to work. Basically, you must begin to understand that you cannot just have it just like that. It takes work. Focus is more of process, not an event. Focus is more of a process, not an event. So basically, you're not looking at the fact that you're going to be earning money at a particular time. No. You are looking at the activities that you're going to be engaging in, day out, of the 5 that you have chosen. And you are looking at how better you're becoming every now and then. You're taking note of the skills you're developing. You're writing in a notebook or in a journal how you are making progress. Okay, this is what focus does for you. Focus is not an event, it is a process. So the third point is that in order for you to be focused, you need to understand that focus is not an event. It is not a one-time thing. It is not used to see something and say, okay, you've arrived at it. No, it is a continuous thing. It is a process that we must engage in. It's a process that we must engage in. And finally, once you've achieved these 3 things, all right, then you must also think of your end product. Okay? Ask people around you. I have been doing this thing for some time. Okay, especially those people who know what you have been doing, right? Tell them to give you a rating. Tell them to give you a rating of your performance in what you are doing. Tell them to give you a rating of the performance of what you are doing. Now, people's feedback are usually honest feedback because they see from afar what you are doing. They see the changes that you are experiencing even more than you. This is why I said at the beginning that my wife and I, we have been doing this live broadcast for a while. We want you to also give us feedback because we want to measure, our performance. We want to see if we are doing well. We want to see where we need to work on. Our focus is in the process of doing what we are doing to achieve our aim. It is not the event, all right? But we need to measure it. We need you to help us out. That's why I said at the beginning of this live broadcast that we need you to please give us a feedback of these videos that you are watching. What impact is it making? Are there things that we can do to improve? Are there topics that you want us to treat? Are there ways at which you want us to, make it more richer, make it richer? So those are the things that we are actually expecting from you. All right. So these are the things that I want us to understand. All right. Now, we must fall in love with the daily practice, the continuous work, the process of focus. When we do this day in, day out, the skill, the ability, the tendency of we being focused will grow naturally. It will grow naturally. And then, of course, on the long run, we are going to be reaping the rewards of being focused. Of being focused. So, we have a few other people who are joining us now, even though we are coming to the end of our live broadcast. Hello, Naboth. Thank you for joining us today. It's a pleasure having you. Thank you for joining us. Clinton Mawanda, thank you also for joining us. So, what have you learned today? Please, I want you to write to us, okay? As you have watched, as you are watching, I want you to write to us. What did you pick from this live broadcast? I have a few more points to give us, but I want you also to talk to us. Write in the comment section what did you learn from this topic, the force of focus. The force of focus. You can also relate it to the changes that it is bringing to your mind, and probably you know of this topic, but it is reminding you of what you ought to be doing or how you ought to be behaving or something like that. Please write to us. I'll be expecting. So please write to us. I'll pause a while and expect you to. I want to see. I'm trying to see the comment section. I want to see your response. I'll wait for like 1 or 2 more minutes to see if we got the message. What have you learned from this live broadcast? I know some people are just coming in, but those who have been watching from the beginning, what have you learned? Okay, Sister Chuko is saying this live broadcast has transformed my life in different ways. Thank you. But we want to know some particular things, okay? Give examples. Give examples, okay? Please. We need to know in particular, so that we can know how to do more. We can know how to, to do more. Okay. Seems it's only Ochuko who is responding. Seems only Ochuko who is responding. Okay. I'll just quickly mention a few points and we'll come to a close. Okay. Now, what if we are already engaged in a task and we find ourselves being distracted here and there? How can we stay focused? The first point I want to mention here is you must learn to conserve your energy. Learn to conserve your energy. Do the first things first. So since there are several things that is calling your attention, look for the most important things and focus on them. If you do that, you are helping yourself by sidelining all those things that are not helpful or needed for you by you. Sister Chinwe has written, let's see what she's saying. Sister Chinwe says, focusing has always been my issue, but listening to this broadcast have given me the knowledge to rethink and change my ways of doing things. Now I will learn how to concentrate on a particular thing to finish the course. Wow. Thank you, Sister Chinwe. That's encouraging. That's encouraging. That's encouraging. I think we also have learned to, to do one thing and be consistent with it. You understand? So, for example, this live broadcast that we do every Saturday, it's not a child's play. It requires devotion. We have lots of things going on in our personal lives, all right? But because we are committed to it, because we have a vision, we have a goal, we have a focus, we have a passion towards, seeing change, seeing growth in our society. We want to impact people. So we still try to ensure that we continue with it. So this is an encouragement I want to share with all of us as well. That whatever it is that you have picked up to do, you will have challenges. It is normal. In fact, it will be strange for you not to have challenges. You will definitely have challenges. But the truth of the matter is, your ability to close your eyes, against those things, and say, I have decided to do this and I will continue to do it. That is when your ability, your thinking skill that helps you to be focused grows. Thank you very much for sharing. So quickly, I'll just mention a few points that I wanted to mention. So I've said that you need to conserve your energy and do first things first. So there are a lot of things that keep dragging or keep distracting you. Don't give them your attention. Rather, maintain your peace. Maintain your peace. Conserve your energy. Wait till that vision that you have, wait till you have a time to do something about it. So that's why you need to conserve your energy. Do first things first. Thank you, Sister Chinwe. Thank you for the compliment. The next point is, you must have one central thing that you desire to achieve daily. On a daily basis, plan your day, there must be one central thing that you must that will help you to actualize your purpose, your dreams, your vision. Okay? And that if you're able to do it, it will just make your whole day go well. You will feel emotionally fulfilled. You will feel psychologically fulfilled. In your heart, oh yes, I have done this. So every day aim to do one thing that will help you to go to achieve your purpose. One thing every day. Make sure you do it. Make sure you do it. And the last point I want to mention is focus on doing most important things first. First thing in the morning. First thing in the morning. Why did I say first thing in the morning? In the morning when you wake up, you are fresh. Your brain is fresh. Okay? I'm talking in general now because so for some people it may not be the same. Okay? Some people are much more active or their brains are much more alive in the afternoon, while some people it's in the night. So you must find your time. Okay? Make sure that you do the most important thing you have planned to do in your day when you are most mentally active, when you are most mentally fresh. So this will help you quite a lot. I'll have to stop here now, and then next week we are going to talk about something much more deeper. It could still be on the issue of the force of focus. I may streamline it to particular areas that we can apply the force of focus to, so that we can bring growth to our lives and our society. Thank you all for joining us today. Thank you, Anima Shaun Oladimeji, for coming on. Please, we are just ending now. We would like to encourage you to find time to watch the live broadcast all over again. So after I sign off now, you can still find it there. Thank you very much for joining us. So I have to go now. See you next week. Love from Esther. Bye for now.